Alright, this wasn't the reason why I'm doing the video, but I click on here, right? This website that's called gangstalkingmindcontrolcults.com. And so it's gang stalking, mind control, and cults, exposing and defeating organized gang stalking, mind control, and cults. Webmaster Dr. Eric T. Karlstrom, Emeritus Professor in Geography, California State University, Stanislaus. All right. Here's what's funny about it. Well, it says introduction, 60 minutes, and upper YouTube. The video narrator goes online September 2018 and finds 13,593 gang stalking jobs advertised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania alone. Later, he shows on September 26, 2018, according to the website Job Diagnostic, a gang stalking job recruitment service that 634,000 people per month were signing up with the jobdiagnostic.com. And while those figures sound perhaps too high, if anything, recall that in 2013, the Boston Globe reported that the Department of Homeland Security had planned to recruit 100 million citizen spies to protect the homeland from terrorists. Here's the funny part. Citizens on patrol, Fort Worth, Texas, City of, alright, friend, Terrence, Citizens on Patrol, application form. Gang stalking jobs. 5 urgent openings. Apply now. Through your neighborhood. Gang stalking jobs. Okay. Association, District Council Representative in the San Antonio Police Department. You can be an asset. Gangs, jobs, police service area by becoming a member of a neighborhood-based group. Gang stalking positions. This Crime Watch full-time, part-time, plus benefits. We know will consist of gift cards, responsible citizens. 16 Isn't that funny? With cellular phones. I think it is. So you got TI's statements, gang stalking, mind control, cults, weapons, electronic weapons, war of terror, the controllers, corrected history, new world order. Alright, let me get on with my video that I was originally planning on doing. Alright, I'm just gonna tell you the narrative that I hear. Donald Trump orders military strikes. Huge psyop. Alright, what's next? Christopher and the other Mr. Mouthpiece here with 653,000 subscribers. The elites mouthpieces are, well, what they're doing here is talking about, well, let me just, you know what? Here, I'm sorry. Just listen for the, well, the code words, all right? Because that's what I do. I listen for code words.
In my opinion, Donald Trump is going to strike. He wants the world and the global community to think that he had an itchy trigger finger and he was going to pull it back. And this is also the art of confusion. That he had an itchy trigger finger, that he had an itchy trigger finger, and that he had an itchy trigger finger.
Itchy trigger finger. Alright? Trigger finger.
It up. He made sure that the military knows that he's willing. So I just feel like he has to play this game with everybody. Even his own advisors, even his own generals.
Yeah, and who really knows? To play the counterpoint, let's say he did order the strike yesterday, and maybe he prayed about it, and his instincts told him to pull back. Who the heck knows? Yeah. Who the heck knows? But I'll tell you this, he knows when we pull that trigger, when that trigger is pulled, there is no going back.
Right.
It is, we've now, when we pull that trigger, when that trigger is pulled, there is no going back.
Watch the shh.
It is.
Watch the shh.
We've
Ready?
now entered a world of.
There it is. Shh. Now, I've said this before. Donald Trump and SJD are the same characters. One of them's playing mainstream, the other one's playing social media. What Trump does, Steve will do. What Trump talks about, Steve will do. What goes on in the world, Steve will talk about. Before it happens, he'll throw his hints. And so when I said that Steve has to, he has to deceive even his, like, everybody. I mean, it's like, what's his name here? So I forget his name. Chad Buchanan. What he's talking about here is what I've been talking about with Steve.
Because he knows when he did order the strike yesterday, and
Owen advisors, even his own, they're up in the air and they say, should we go forward with this? He never gave the order, but he set it up. He made sure that the military knows that he's willing. So I just feel like he has to play this game with everybody. So I just feel like he has to play this game with everybody. Even his own advisors, even his own generals.
Colleagues.
Yeah, and
employees.
Who really knows? To play the counterpoint,
I do.
Let's say he did order the strike yesterday, and maybe he prayed about it, and his instincts told him to pull back. Who the heck knows?
Yeah.
Who the heck knows? But I'll tell you this: he knows when we pull that trigger.
All right. This isn't the only reference.
Look, we're talking the next 24 hours. It's not going to surprise me to see all over the mainstream media Donald Trump attack and Donald Trump strike. It's not going to surprise me to see all over the mainstream media Donald Trump attack and Donald Trump strike.
Donald Trump attack, not him. Ultimately, Trump is going to be attacked, but they're using it in reverse, and Donald Trump strikes
this part of the world. Highly, highly likely. And that's not a guarantee that's going to happen. But again, the art of war, make the enemy think you're doing the opposite and then hit him. And that's what I think he's doing.
Right. Well said.
And in this scene, Christopher is going to tell you how they are just telling you straight to your face.
A matter of time. You said this, Chad, very eloquently. But if it's not today, it's tomorrow. Look, it's going to happen because this is the roadmap. Right. This is the plan. Right. This is the plan. Right. This is the plan. And expect it to happen. They're telegraphing it to you right in front of your faces, right? We say hard-hitting it in your face all the time. Be right in front of your faces, right? We say hard-hitting it in your face all the time. Be right in front of your faces, right? We say hard-hitting it in your face all the time.
They're doing it right in front of your faces. We say hard-hitting your face every time. Because my name is Chad Buchanan. Hard-hitting your face. Hey, welcome to Alternative Media Television. My name is Chad Buchanan. Give it a thumbs up, like this video before you even watch it, all right? Now, Chad, I'm going to give Chad some advice. Chad, you're touching your face way too much. You look like demons are talking to you. You're moving your head back and forth. I don't know. It's just an observation.
This is what they're telling us. Israel has every intention to attack Iran. The United States has every intention to do the same in a lot of regards for its own national security rights.
I couldn't agree with you more. All right, so anything else you want to add to the Iranian topic, or you want to let the audience know?
That's pretty much it. Just we'll keep you posted, obviously, and thank everybody for tuning in. Chad, you've been doing a great job on the ground, so keep us posted. I will myself.
Thanks, boss.
Because, well, I did want to mention, yeah, and thank you for what you do. And then, I just want to mention, too, take a look at Bitcoin today. Again, blasting through new record highs, just like we said it would. 10K, we more than doubled since late last year. We take peace and prosperity for granted. We don't think we can get attacked here in the United States.
Right.
We don't think we can. People don't think we can have a Nagasaki, Hiroshima here in the continental United States. They don't think it's possible. Well, that lack of understanding, that ignorance, which is not bliss, it just makes you dumb. And as I always joke, it also makes you broke in life. That's what I'm scared of right now, because I don't think people see that.
Sure.
And this keeps the enemy off guard. Okay, so what we're hearing in the mainstream media is probably completely opposite from, if they're dropping a story in the mainstream media, Trump's probably doing the opposite. Like, you don't let your enemy know you're going to attack them. You tell them that you're withdrawing. And then while they think you're withdrawing, you hit them right between the balls. That's what Trump, I think, is doing. That is what I think the strategy is. Dude, this guy is an illusionist. Okay, back in the day when he was building buildings using massive leverage, he would bring clients out from Asia, and he'd have trucks moving back and forth. This is in his books, moving dirt around so it looked like he was building something, even when he wasn't building something.
That's awesome.
It was a total facade and a lie and a show. All of it's a show. So people need to understand that. What Trump is saying is not what he's doing. And I honestly think it's a guarantee that there's an attack on Iran because of the fact of just look how close he is with Israel.
All right. Well, you know, these parts he's not touching his face. But anyway, the whole entire video, it just does a lot of unnecessary face touching, which I thought he was actually... I thought he was more comfortable than that, but I think what's going on here is he actually has a conscience, because what Christopher's saying here, Christopher doesn't have a conscience. Not at all. This guy actually at least seems like he's more self-conscious of what's going on, what he's saying, and he's like part of this, you know, part of the flunks. But what he's pushing here is that Trump is going to do something to Iran, and it might even be blamed on him, but it ain't him. Who knows? But they're going to. It's like Trump is getting ready to really sucker punch and knock somebody out, and then they're going to retaliate, and that would be the reason why a good part of the script, if I was writing the script, I would write it like this. I would have Trump attack Iran, make it public that, you know, he just can't be touched, and then when he goes and does the memorial at the Lincoln Memorial at the George, or wait, was it George? Yeah, the Lincoln on 4th of July, as he's saying farewell, right? That would be a pretty good time for the assassination. Now, you ask yourself, if he gets assassinated, then why wouldn't Mike Pence be the president? Because the script of the world script is that Obama is the Antichrist. So how would Obama be the Antichrist? Well, then the answer to that question would be that it looks like Mike Pence gets, like it happens to him too. Like maybe Trump, it says that he died in a bombing over that happened at the memorial on 4th of July, where it kills a bunch of people. So that's the only thing that would make sense. If he just gets shot himself, you know what I mean? But then again, Mike Pence could get shot also. Like the bullet could, you know how it, oh yeah, well I didn't think of this one. You know how Mike Pence is always standing behind Trump, just kissing his ass and smiling at him? Well, what if the bullet goes through him too and hits him? So hold the date. All right, big capital letters. We will be having one of the biggest gatherings in the history of Washington, D.C. This title alone gives good reason for like terrorists to know that, right? On July 4th, it will be called a salute to America. Like, in other words, see ya, and will be held at the Lincoln Memorial, same place that, I mean, same reference as Lincoln, you know, being assassinated. Major fireworks display. Now that I'm looking, I just read that, and the first thing that comes to my mind is fire from heaven, right? Major fireworks display. Okay? Fireworks display. It's going to be fireworks. And, you know, bombs, fires, missiles, fires, works. Entertainment and an address by your favorite president, me. I don't know. Looks like it's setting the stage.
It is. We've now entered a world of, I have no idea what's going to happen.
But he's telling you what's going to happen, but he has no idea what's happening. Nobody can possibly predict what's going to happen.
From there. I mean, expect chaos in a certain...
Even though he's talking out of the side of his ass, one sentence he's saying nobody knows what's happening, but then the next sentence, well, expect chaos and fire and bombs and death.
Expect retaliatory measures that no one can predict. And that's what's scary. That's what's scary about it, because expect retaliatory measures that no one can predict. And then expect retaliatory measures that no one can predict. And then that's what's scary about it, because I just know instinctually that these counterparts, like China, for example, Russia, they're not going to stand for it, and they're very powerful nations. We are already at the end of the rope on things like trade negotiations. What have I always said? Economic sanction warfare always leads to physical conflict. We saw this before the bombing of Pearl Harbor. We saw this before World War II. We've seen this before every major...
you know, in other words, this event will cause World War III. However...
expect retaliatory measures that no one can predict.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb, right? And I'm going to predict that Trump gets, well, you know, shot. Yeah, but, you know, I sometimes wonder, are they saying this? Like, are they saying this knowing, not him, he's next. Are they just, like, they're basically telling you what's happening, but through their lies, like, and through the reading the between the lines, they're telling you what they're doing. So to me, it just seems so damn obvious that Trump gets shot. You know what I mean? It just seems that way. That on the 4th of July, and then Obama takes over, because that is going to be 3.5 months till October 21st, and well, you know, it would be a good reason to declare World War III against Iran, because once that's declared, then all the other countries are coming against us, even though they're all buddies. And then, well, that absolutely falls into America's collapse. And then here he is setting the stage for the tsunamis.
Hopefully, we don't have a bunch of people with itchy trigger fingers just pressing the red button all at the same time. I mean, we could...
Wow, wait, well, that's itchy trigger fingers. I actually didn't know he said that on that one.
People with itchy trigger fingers just pressing the red button all at the same time. I mean, we could have our entire coastlines wiped out in a flash, easily. And that would not surprise me. We could have our entire coastlines wiped out in a flash, easily. And that would not surprise me at all. In fact, I think we're overdue for it. I talk about this, like, behind closed doors with friends and family all the time. The fact that we haven't had something like that happen.
All right, now I'm gathering that Christopher Green is playing that exact role also. And here's a second witness. This is the one that gives him the information that he needs. And so he's saying, like, nobody can possibly predict anything. He'd leave that up to God. But then he's predicting what's going to happen by saying he wouldn't be surprised that it's going to happen, but saying he doesn't know, but he damn sure knows.
Is astonishing.
Yeah,
so,
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what I find interesting? Like, Donald Trump's supposed to be this crazy warmonger who got, you know, he really wants to kill people and push the finger on the, and then he ended up being more tempered than even Obama, who's supposed to be cool as a cucumber.
When we pull that trigger, when that trigger is pulled, there is no going back.
Right.
It is. We've now entered a world of, I have no idea what's going to happen from there. I mean, expect chaos in a certain respect, and expect retaliation.
I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen from that, but expect chaos, expect retaliatory
measures.
that no one can predict, all right? But that's what's scary, all right? Because, you know, only God knows that, but you're my witness there, Chapuksan. Look, I would allow you to watch it first and then tell me what you hear. Okay, fine. I'll do that. Listen to this and tell me what you hear.
Yeah, I'm encouraging people to utilize tools that are going to help them in this new world. Okay, you know, we can put our heads in the sand and just watch all this come our way, or we can empower ourselves to take advantage. I'm encouraging people to utilize tools that are going to help them in this new world. Okay, you know, we can put our heads in the sand and just.
What is it that you heard? What is it that you heard?
In this new world, okay, you know, we can put our heads in the sand and just watch all this come our way.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you what I think. He's telling you it's going to happen in the world order, and then he's telling you that you can stick your head in the sand and you can watch this come our way, which is referring to the tsunami at the beach. Stick your head in the sand and watch it come our way.
Or we can empower ourselves to take, okay, you know, we can put our heads in the sand and just watch all this come our way. Or we.
And then here, he's going to tell you that they are not.
Today.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's not fake. It's not a non-reality. We're creating our own reality in a beautiful part of the world today.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's not fake.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's not fake.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's not fake. It's not a non-reality. We're creating our own reality, and hopefully, we're making the world a better place. And I want to congratulate our audience. I want to congratulate our
Here he goes.
students for being on that journey with us. Because if you've been tuning in for the last 10 years,
He's like, what the hell?
It's been a pretty incredible
What?
ride.
What's that?
And in a lot of respects, it's only
What's going on?
gonna
Who
get
said
better.
that? Who are you?
I like the sound of that. And you know what? I was
See?
skeptical
I like
about.
the sound of it.
You know.
I truly believe that they really want to tell you the truth, especially him. They want to tell you the truth so bad, but they can't. So they tell you through, you know, how you have to read between the lines. The best part about being me is that I can tell you the truth, and I can predict whatever's going to happen, and in all likelihood, it's going to happen. But I don't have to suffer the consequences of what they have to suffer, because I'm actually telling the full truth of. It's like this. Yeah, they're there telling you 90% of the truth. They try to relate to you. Him, Richie from Boston, they really relate to you. However, the 10% of the truth, they can't tell you. So that's where I come into play. I'm able to tell you 100% of the truth. And in the meanwhile, they have to continue to repent day in and day out. So in other words, you're going to have to.
Awesome course. It's really easy, especially if you're new. At least learn about it, because this is the future, whether you like it or not. This is just going to happen. At least learn about it, because this is the future, whether you like it or not. This is just going to happen. Because this is the future, whether you like it or not. This is just going to happen.
Oh yeah? You think so there, huh, Chad? You think so, don't you? Now, obviously, it's not a secret that, you know, the Illuminati Trump card, they predicted 9/11 and Princess Diana's death, and now has predicted a Donald Trump assassination. And then what they want you to believe is that that it's going to be by the Illuminati, those vicious murderers. But it's just by Hollywood. So apparently the prediction is that he'll get assassinated before he is inaugurated. I'm going to say before his second term, which is being inaugurated the second time. It doesn't say the first time or the second time. Well, inaugurated might mean, I'm not sure what it means, but it sounds like it means like getting into office. So, you know, but either way, they're still predicting it. It's like me, I predict things and put a date on it, and it doesn't happen on that date, but then the event happens a little later on. So, who has the trump card? Who holds the trump card? Well, Mr. Mouthpiece.
Folks, of course, we have breaking news this morning, just now being released. The situation, of course, with Trump come within 10 minutes of striking Iran in a retaliation to the downing of the U.S. drone over international waters. And the president, at the last second, putting the brakes on it. And the question is, why did he? And we have some information for you on that. Well, first of all, quick shout out to a great company, Rate Family.
First of all, let me get you this commercial. Shut up. Now, to switch subjects, Philadelphia is going to, it looks like they're getting ready to get into the news. Massive explosion rocks 150 days from, like May 21st, 19, old oil refinery in Philadelphia. So here's the attack on Philadelphia, attacking the oil.
A massive fire overnight breaking out in a major U.S. city. Here's the scene at a Philadelphia refinery. This broke out at a 150-year-old oil refinery, and that is where our own Jackie Heinrich is right now, live in Philadelphia for us. Jackie? Good morning, Sandra. The fire is still burning, and what hits you first is the smell. From at least a few miles away, you get hit with this nauseating smell of gas, but fire officials, health department says it is safe to breathe. We do want to get straight to that video, though, because that is what tells the story. This is
of course, the video tells the story. Look at that.
Butane exploded, causing the initial blast. This is a huge complex, the largest on the eastern seaboard. It produces more than 330,000 barrels of oil per day, so it is incredible that nobody was hurt. We're told there were people working close by at the time, and they were able to get out of the way. The fire spread, though, and triggered several more explosions. People reported hearing at least 3 to 5 blasts. It was the smoke that prompted the Department of Emergency Management to tweet out a shelter-in-place order for neighboring streets. The plume stretched several hundred feet into the air, and one man told a local news station he could feel the heat coming off the fire from 5 miles away. Traffic was also shut down for hours, including part of the highway. Just this hour, the Department of Health says preliminary testing found no ambient carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, which are combustible.
Now, what if this fire was just, I don't know, like, you know how, like, when you put the gas line and you just light it, and then fire just keeps coming out of the gas line itself only? I was looking at this fire and I'm thinking to myself, because I don't believe anything until I actually get burnt to death, it's just hard to believe that it's an actual legitimate fire. And because, well, it might be. I'm just saying, I could probably go down there and check out myself. But it just seems more, I mean, it seems like overly done, and they're showing fire now because fire's coming from heaven in the sight of men and it's going to destroy, like, the Church of Philadelphia. So this is where they're coming up with their scare tactics.
More hydrogen sulfides in the air, so the air is safe to breathe and no evacuations are in place at this time. That being said, though, it still smells like gas from miles away. The complex is actually made up of 2 refineries, and they have their own fire brigade, which is trained to handle emergencies like this. At least 120 firefighters are on scene.
At least 120, of course. It pleases Darius, said 120. So this is dominating the news. It's Fox News, it's the CNN News. It's all the news channels are reporting on this to happen today. No, I'm sorry, I think last night.
Some kind of like mentality.
See those tires?
Mentality.
See those tires? See that fire? See that smoke?
Officials here in the UAE have been careful not to directly name-check Iran, instead saying the attacks are the work of an unnamed state actor. Iran's regional state actor. Iran state actor. State actor. State actor. Iran's regional arch-rival Saudi Arabia has taken a far more aggressive approach, releasing video of Saudi military aircraft and U.S. fighter jets in formation conducting exercises over the Persian Gulf in a clear show of force and a message.
So I have to be hopeful, and I have to think positive, because I can't go into this like really depressing kind of like mentality.
Now just off the coast here in Fujairah, but we're being kept
The silence is deafening from like the international media and international world. Nobody is really bringing a lot of attention.
This is exactly why we're not on the news. You know why? Because the second they realize that.
All right, now this plug here, man.
Christopher Green, AMTV, alternative media television.
Hey guys, look at my.
To an absolute.
What is that car again? Is it a Rolls Royce? No, it's a Bentley. What the hell? No, Maserati. There you go. He's in love with this car.
Nightmare, a freaking nightmare. And you heard it here first. And for all you Cynics critics out there, you don't think this is going to happen. A drone, major drone, was just shot down in the Middle East, in and around the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian forces are denying that it was an international airspace, and the United States is chopping on the bit, ready for war. Everybody from Mr. Bolton, John, who I've met with multiple times, coin and gold both skyrocketing. And by the way, it's your last chance to get in.
Hey guys, I'm here with my baby. I was able to buy this car with my Bitcoin money. So anyway, guys, you got to get into this Bitcoin right now. You'll be able to purchase yourself one of these bad boys, you know, with the Bitcoin alone. Look, I told you before, right? I'm hard hitting in your face, all right? Me and Chad Buxan. Shut up, Chad. Me and Chad Buxan, right? Chad drives a Hyundai Elantra, all right? I drive a Chevy.
I guess on a positive note, it's going to send Bitcoin and gold both skyrocketing. And by the way, it's your last chance to get in. We've got 2 days. You've got 2 days left to get into the course. I have a huge announcement that's bigger than the Facebook crypto news. And take the risk. There's a 30-day...
Who in the hell does this besides a tool?
Because this is the future, whether you like it or not. This is just going to happen. It is the future.
Yeah, it's an amazing technology. If you're not learning about it now, you're going to be forced to learn about it in a few. It's an amazing technology. It's an amazing technology. If you're not learning about it now, you're going to be forced to learn about it in a few years.
So today, we are counting down the top 10 holographic technologies that are incredibly amazing and real. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, my friends.
Number 10.